Hi everyone, it's Ro with your Wednesday market update, and today we're going to talk about what happened with the Fed today, right? So as you all might know by now, we have been blessed with a 1/4% hike. And quite frankly, I thought that everything was going to stay stable, given the fact that the CPI and PPI went slightly down this month, but apparently it's not enough. And so the question is, what is the target goal? And let's see how this affects you from a buyer or seller's perspective. So now if you're a seller, and let's say those mortgage interests go up today, right? What you are seeing is that your equity is going to pretty much remain okay. What you have gained from the past 4 or 5 years, you're going to have it. What you might see is a band of buyers that becomes a little bit smaller, and perhaps you're losing the band of buyers here because they just were downgraded, and a new band of buyers that got downgraded from the next, the next base, and they're coming into you. But that pool of buyers might be a little bit smaller. And so the question is, at what point does the smaller pool of buyer trigger a buyer's market, right? Where you're now negotiating a price down perhaps. So if you're a seller, you really need to think about how you want to position yourself in the next couple of weeks. So what happens if you're a buyer today? So if you're a buyer and that mortgage interest goes up, you can still afford a home. You might have to level up your expectations though. Perhaps we can't afford the 1 acre of land, maybe we look at 3/4 of an acre. Maybe the in-ground pool could be an option that we put to the side. Maybe the 2-car garage could be a 1-car garage, right? So there is little things that we can do to bring a different reality, but still coming to, realizing your dream of owning a home. The other thing that I want you to keep in mind, and this is the important thing, right? I have buyers that bought last year at 5.25 or 5.5. All the buyers that bought at 6. When they were buying the house, they were pulling their hair saying, I can't believe I'm buying a house at 5.5 or 6. Today they say, I can't believe I bought a house at 5.5 or 6. So do you see where I'm going with this? If we continue to have these interest hikes next year, you might be saying, I can't believe I bought a house at this interest rate, right? It may very well be that that interest rate goes down. And so I can tell you today that I'm working with companies or lending companies that will be able to work with you and offer you some type of program that will allow you to refinance. All right, so the important moral of the story with this milestone today is not to get stuck. Keep moving forward. Whether you are a seller looking to sell or a buyer looking to buy a home, there's ways in which we can accomplish that dream for you, all right? You just need to reach out. We need to have that coffee chat, talk a little bit. Without the phone call or the conversation, I can't help you, but let's brainstorm together. Until next time, please enjoy the week. Have an amazing one.